I just wanted to ask you, what did you learn from that fight? And obviously, getting that criticism, obviously, you was 18 years old. It was a bit of a backlash, really. How did it feel to receive that?
Yeah, listen, it's when you're on the big stage, you're gonna get criticism. I was prepared for that. Do you know what I mean? I took it really young, and I'm still only 18 now, coming into this second fight. But I learnt more probably from that than what I would have done if it was just a walkover and got the job done in a couple of rounds. Do you know what I mean? I've learnt a lot more having a hard debut, having the criticism, and I know what it all is now. I've got it in my stride, and I've learnt loads from it. I've learnt loads.
There's been a few changes as well. Obviously, added Mark Tibbs into your team now. You've moved weight division as well. How much of those learnings from your debut contributed or influenced those changes?
Massively. I say massively. I was in good hands before with my previous coach. There was nothing I could have done more as of such. But just having a wiser head in the corner, which I believe in Mark and Jimmy Tibbs and Stephen Andrews, it's just putting my confidence where it needs to be. Obviously, after a debut like I had. So it's been good. I've been down there. I've been working hard. I've only been with Mark about 4 months, so it's all still like early doors. But it's going really well, to be fair, and I can't complain. I'm in good hands.
What's it been like? You mentioned obviously Mark, Jimmy Tibbs, Stephen Andrews, but also the fighters as well, experienced guys, Charlie Duffield, Billy Joe Saunders, these guys around there. What's it like being around these people? And they say success breeds success, and you'll put yourself in a good position there.
Yeah, exactly that. Like iron sharpens iron. Without just an amazing coach, we've got amazing boxers down there. A couple of boxers on the same journey as myself, with the same management and same promotion, so that's quite nice as well. Charlie Duffield, like you say, done probably about 50 rounds of sparring with him leading up to this fight. So I've had top class sparring, moving up to the weight as well. I've had light heavyweight sparring. I've been sparring the likes of Craig Richards. I've been getting top quality sparring in. So I'm learning. At the end of the day, I'm in no rush, and each fight's a learning curve for me. I know critics or fans want to see the knockouts, want to see this, but in me, I'm on my own level, and I'm going to just do what I do and keep winning fights, and that's the main thing.
What's the reason for the move up to light heavy? Because obviously you're still 18, you're still growing, you're still going to get your man strength. There's probably more room for you to move up even further, but why move now?
I spoke to Jimmy. To be fair, it was his main. As soon as he said to go, that was my decision kind of thing. I spoke to Jimmy Tibbs. He said, "There's no way, son, you're going to boil yourself back down to sort of middle." I probably could have done it, but I'd looked ill, took all my energy away. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't have been good. So his words to me was, "You're going to be a light heavy within the next year anyway. Why kill your body and stunt your growth?" Because I'm still growing. I won't like say I'm only 18, so I didn't want to stunt my growth or nothing like that. I want to develop as much as I can. So if that means this time I'm going to look a little bit fleshy or a little bit like that, it is. But in the long run, it's going to be the better move for me. I just don't want to stunt my growth, and I want to just be as big as possible, and I want to become this big light heavyweight, which I know I will be.
Absolutely. And just the last one from me. Obviously, you mentioned the advice Jimmy gave you there about going up in weight, but what's the best advice you've picked up so far in that gym around these guys?
Just, you know what, the main thing is just to take the pressure off myself, stop being my own worst critic, and just enjoy my boxing. They know what I'm capable of. They've seen me spar. They've at the start, like it was obviously when I first joined them, they didn't know what I was going to be all about from my fight, and then they started seeing me, and they're really excited to work with me. So with them to be excited, it only boosts my confidence. And the main thing is, Jimmy says, is you've got a long road ahead of you. Do not put the pressure on yourself. Just go in there, get the job done. We come out and we work again. So yeah, Jimmy's great, mate, and Mark the same.
Absolutely, John. Best of luck, mate.
Thank you, mate. Cheers.
Thanks, James. We're going to Danny Flexen from Seconds Out next, please.
Hey, John, how you doing?
How's it going, Danny? You all right, mate?
I'm good, mate. How are you?
Yeah, keeping well, thank you. Yourself?
Yeah,
all good.
Happy
day.
You talked about the work you've done with Mark Tibbs. You haven't been with him for very long. Over the last few months, he's obviously been out in Spain with Billy Joe Saunders. What's that been like for you? Have you been doing a lot of your work with Jimmy and Stephen Andrews? Is that how it's worked? Yeah,
so a lot of my work now has been with Jim, Stephen, and Stephen's dad, Ian. So them three coaches have been my main coaches for this camp. I had Mark right at the start back in January when I first joined. Had Mark for about 4 weeks, but he's got bigger priorities at the moment, which is fair play to him. I knew that when joining, so it wasn't like a shock to me or nothing like that. But to be credit to Mark, he contacts me every day. I phone call him every night, FaceTime. So he knows where I'm at. He sets the sessions before I do it. So he's still completely in control of what I do. It's just on the day I have Jimmy, Steve, and Ian in me corners and watching me train. But it's unbelievable. You know where Jimmy's been. He's been around So he knows what the crack is. So it's good.
How do you find them in terms of their personalities? Because they're obviously quite similar. They even look similar, Mark and Jimmy Tibbs. But how do you find them to be different in terms of your relationships with them and their personalities?
Do you know what? There's a lot of similarities with them too. Obviously, it's like father, like son. But they're both brilliant. Mark's obviously more physical because of his age. He gets your pads in. He's doing things like that. But Jimmy's words. Jimmy could tell you one thing which you knew in yourself was wrong, but you're going to do it because Jimmy's told you. Do you know what I mean? So he's a wise head to have in your corner, and he's been getting the best out of me in sparring and things like that. To have him just there on the ropes watching me is a privilege.
And you mentioned Craig Richards earlier. He's getting ready for that big world title shot against Dimitri Bivol. How did you find that sparring, and what did it tell you about where you are and how much you can progress still?
Mate, that was amazing, that opportunity. It was actually, I didn't even know I was sparring him. So I come down to spar Charlie Duffield as always, and then Craig turned up and thought, oh, here we go. But I got some good rounds in with him. I got 4 solid rounds, and then went to spar straight after with Charlie for another 3. So I showed, I proved to myself that I belong at that weight category, if you know what I mean. With this jump up, still look big in front of Craig, and Craig's a very developed and very talented fighter. So it was a privilege to get in the ring with him and get some good work in.
And just the last one from me, what will you be looking to show people, perhaps that you didn't get the chance to on your debut?
I just want to be myself in there, confident, relaxed, and as I was just saying before, I'm not going in there to rush. I put a lot of pressure on myself last time, trying to please the fans and obviously I want to please them, but trying to do what they all want me to do, get that knockout, get the first round and all of this. I just want to go out there and take my time in my career and just do what's best for me and just show my class.
Great stuff. Good luck for Saturday night.
Cheers, Danny. Thanks, mate.
Cheers, Danny. You go to Ames next from Boxing News TV.
Ames here for Boxing YouTube. Pleasure to meet you, John. How you doing?
How's it going, mate? You all well?
Yeah, I'm not too bad. All better for speaking to you. I just wanted to pick up on a question that James asked, talking about like the controversy surrounding the last time you were out against Jan Arden, and some of the criticism you'd received. Did you see some of that criticism, and did you feel it was fair?
Do you know what? I took notice of it at the start when I was in there, like obviously in there. It just happened, and I was a young boy, obviously looking at my phone and that. But at the end of the day, whatever you do, you're going to get haters. Do you know what I mean? So I'm on the biggest stage there is possible, and if I'm going to, I took some stick and fair play, and credit to them if they want to do it. Do you know what I mean? But it didn't sink in too bad. It was obviously a bit rubbish for the first couple of days, but once I got back in the gym, I was back to myself, and I've learnt more from that than what I would have done having an easy debut. And I mean that. I'm not just saying it being here and having been through it. I feel like I've had the 4 rounds. I've took the stick. I've had it as hard as I could have got it. Now it's time to shine.
You mentioned about moving up to light heavy and draining yourself down to super middle. Did that have any part in the performance at all with Jan?
Could well have done. To be fair, there was a lot of things not right with that. What was going on that day? There was a few things like what we didn't plan for and who I was meant to be boxing originally and things like that. And it was a lot to all take in right at the time. But there was no excuses at the end of the day. I prepared for it. My weight was on point when I was in there, but maybe I was a little bit drained. I can't lie, being this tall, and I was so used to doing it. I didn't think it was draining my body, but then when I stood back and now I'm doing light heavy, I feel so much stronger. So yeah, hopefully you'll see it come Saturday.
You mentioned about sparring experiences, sparring like Craig Richards, but I've noticed you've been sparring Louis Edmondson. How's those experiences sparring someone like Lewis?
Me and Louis, we done a lot of rounds. He was my first spar when Mark actually looked at me, and I sparred really well with Louis. Me and him were good mates as well. So we were a bit of a clash of styles. Both wanted to box and fight at the same time. So it was good rounds. I've done about 15 rounds with Louis, and it was good work. Billy Joe done his corner, Mark done mine, and it was like a proper little fight in the spar. So that's what you need, though. You need hard spars, you need good spars, and we both learnt from it. So yeah, it was really good, mate. It was really good.
Yeah, I think you said you've trained alongside like Billy Joe, and obviously Billy was there in the corner there. Did you seek any advice from him, and did he give you any specific advice that you've taken? Is
that from Billy Joe?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like when I first got down there, I knew Bill before I joined, so it was quite handy. Both from a travelling community, so we were both quite close anyway. And he gave me the call to actually come down. And when I come down there, it was like being with a mate again. Do you know what I mean? He couldn't wait to learn me stuff. His talents through the roof compared to mine, so I can't not learn by being in the ring with him. So it was unbelievable. Yeah, we'd done a lot of shadowboxing together, and he was just fixing the half an inches here, half an inches there, and it was a great experience.
And you got a recent addition in the form of Daniel Dubois at the gym. How has he settled in?
Yeah, Daniel's a good character, mate. Yeah, he's a real nice fella, Daniel, and we're running with him every day and training every day with each other. He's quality, Daniel, and he's definitely going to be a world champion. I'm not a trainer myself, but I can see his potential, and he's unbelievable.
And we talked about like some of the criticism you received. Do you have that in mind for your upcoming fight, and do you want to kind of put that to bed when it comes to your performance at Saturday?
Do you know what? Criticism's criticism. To be fair, it don't stay in my head. It is what it is. I've trained hard, and I'm just going to reap the rewards Saturday, and I'm sure I will do. But I know what I'm capable of. So the hate comments are hate comments. You know what I mean? I could probably do this fella in 2 seconds, and I'll still get haters. So it is what it is.
I know there's something you'll be used to is as you progress, is fighters calling you out. I know there's one fighter in particular who wants to fight you, Lewis Van Poch. Is that someone you're looking to fight in the future, maybe down the line?
To be fair, I'm not really up to date with him. I didn't even know he had been, so that's news to me. But yeah, like I say, whoever my manager says, that's it. Do you know what I mean? So I'm ready for whoever.
Wish you all the best at the weekend, John.
Thank you, mate. Take care.
No worries, you too.
Thanks, James. If you go to Carlos next, please.
Hi, John. Thanks so much for taking time to talk to us. In an ideal world, especially with this year and we're living in COVID and everything, how active would you like to be this year? I'm sure you would love to fight, not to wait 6 months until you get your third pro fight.
Yeah, definitely. I'd like to stay active. Long as I'm injury free, which I am at the moment, then I'd fight every week if I could. Do you know what I mean? So I'd love to stay active, get as many fights as I can. I'm very young, so every fight's a new experience for me, and I'm learning each fight. So yeah, as many as I can this year would be brilliant.
In the time that you spent with Mark and Jimmy Tibbs and the new team in the last however much time that you spent with them, do you feel like there's been a noticeable growth in your abilities as a boxer that maybe you didn't even know that you had or noticed in preparation for your debut?
Yeah, definitely. There's a big improvement. I'm at a more comfortable weight now. I'm having more world-class sparring and high-level sparring partners. And I've only been with him a very limited time, so we're still learning as a team. We're still getting up to know each other. So there's still a lot of learning to go. So I'm sure in the long run you're going to see a more developed fighter in myself. But since I've been there already, I've come on leaps and bundles in myself, in my own confidence, and in my ability.
Lastly, with a new team, a new weight class, does it almost kind of feel like this second pro fight is another chance at a first impression, given maybe there were some criticism from your pro debut? Does it feel like this is still a fresh new start, then maybe another opportunity to sort of show people maybe haven't seen you or didn't see your first fight a chance to sort of show that you are the real deal?
Yeah, most definitely. Like, I want to go in there and just show what I'm all about this time. And I'm not trying to put pressure on myself, because it is what it is at the end of the day, and I train hard, so I know I deserve it. But I want to go out there and honestly put on a show for everyone and put the deltas right.
Thanks, John. Best of luck this Saturday.
Thank you. Take care.